Charlie talked about why it was so important that we debate our differences, something that shouldn't be a novel issue, Mr. Speaker, something that is part of the foundation of what makes this country great.
So that was the message delivered by the House Majority Leader on the House floor earlier today, Steve Scalise. Of course, Scalise has firsthand experience with political violence, seriously wounded in a shooting at a congressional baseball practice ahead of that game in 2017. We have the Oklahoma governor joining us now, Governor Kevin Stitt, on these issues that we've been talking so much about. And I know, Governor, so that you and a Democrat, Governor Wes Moore of Maryland, put something out earlier in the week, and I mentioned before the break, you know, trying to kind of, the two of you are together, trying to call for unity, but not just on your side, but on all sides. I mean, tell us what you guys are thinking about and want others to be thinking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for having us on. And, you know, as the chairman of the National Governor Association, and then Wes Moore is our vice chair, you know, I represent all of our nation's governors. And I tell people all the time that governors have a unique perspective as we're leading our states. We want the best education for our communities. We want the best economy and the best roads and bridges. And we're all Oklahomans, or we're all Marylands, or we're all Americans. And so the problem is we've gotten so divided, we can't even have conversations. And so when we're just asking people to kind of calm down the hatred. You know, when I think about young people today that were, you know, so invested in Charlie Kirk and his message, and then you think about the similarities about Martin Luther King's assassination, and then we have to ask ourselves as Americans, are we gonna come together? Are we gonna let division continue to divide us? I mean, what are we doing, hating each other on each side of the aisle? And so that's what we're trying to demonstrate as fellow governors is, hey, there's people out there that are just Americans, and we might disagree on policy, but we don't have to be hateful towards one another. So that's our message is, hey, let's calm everybody down. We've been through tough times before, and we need to have these honest policy discussions and put our keyboards down and stop the Twitter wars, and let's actually come together as Americans.
What's the best way to do that? I know as many conservatives around the country, you're no different. I'm sure you either knew or admired Charlie Kirk. In fact, I think we have some pictures of you with Kirk. Okay, and people, as I said earlier, that knew Charlie and admired his work are very emotional. And I guess at the same time, people who didn't have some sense of emotion as well that we've heard. You know, sometimes expressed better than others. So what's the how on all of this? And, you know, what would you say about how the president has handled this? Because he's been asked this question, and he said something on TV last, you know, that wasn't a priority, couldn't care less about unity at this time.
Well, I can't listen. I can't speak for other people, but as far as I'm concerned, I mean, we're teaching our children that we're supposed to love our neighbors, and I don't agree with my wife on 100% of the things, and so the fact that we've got this political violence that's happening right now and this hatred towards one another, that's what has to stop. And again, as Americans and as followers of Christ, I mean, we're supposed to love our neighbors, and you know, Charlie Kirk died really for what he believed in, and so again, we can have disagreements, but we certainly need to ask ourselves. And if you're applauding violence, you know, really we need to be you know, self-reflecting on what's happening. If you're putting stuff out there on the internet that is full of hate, you really need to check yourself, because we all have to give an account for what we do in this life. And I think that's where people are we're forgetting that there are consequences to our actions.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.